not agree with that.
It can if you run enough. It's not like every bit of running fatigues you, right? Because people obviously are capable of pacing themselves in fights, and like sprinters can run at top speeds for short periods of time, shit like that. Like if I go and run 5 feet, I'm not just gonna gas out immediately, right? It's why like UFC fighters and boxers don't just immediately start fighting like shit after round one. So you need to actually prove that Jogo like tired out from that small amount of running he did.
All right, my reasoning is just Jogo to Dagon. Dagon's relative to Megumi's domain, which is just purely his cursed energy, and
Okay,
like
go
without
ahead
curse.
and prove Jogo's over Dagon.
I think you already know what I'm gonna use, but
What'd you say?
I said I think you already know what I'm gonna use, but okay.
Are you gonna say that he's on another level?
Uh, just give me a second.
You can just tell me the scan. Like you don't need to drop a scan.
He's gonna grab the
Yeah,
raw.
yeah, I'm using
You don't need to drop a raw. I don't care. I'll literally just accept that it actually is saying that he's higher, and just say that he is referring to his cursed energy. All right, because
why
you
is
know
it
that Jogo hasn't actually like thrown any punches at that point, right? He literally just rolled up, and they're just looking at him. So it's probably just sensory, right?
people can sense people's strength off like just looking at them. Though like Hanami can sense Toto's strength by looking at
He
it.
didn't sense strength. He said he had a presence of his own. Don't be a
No,
rat.
he could
No,
tell.
I'll literally pull up the scan. He says because he's confident, he's worried about him.
The
I'll show
scan of
you.
Hanami and Toto? No, he
Yes,
says
no,
that Toto is
I'll show
weaker
you
than him.
exactly what he says. You're literally just being a rat.
I have the scan like right
No,
on me. I
one
could just
second.
post
I'm literally on the chapter right now. Here's what he says. He says, Sukuna's vessel, and who's this guy? He's certainly got an aura about him, but judging by his overall curse energy, he's undoubtedly weaker than me. But he's got a strong presence. Maybe his curse technique is powerful. He doesn't say he is strong. He just says he has a strong presence, right? I can say like Mike Tyson has a strong presence because that dude's just like big as fuck and confident, right? I'm not like gauging how hard he can hit. Just not fucking know. Those are different things.
I'm saying that he could sense that Toto is weaker than himself.
That's cursed energy. He says in terms of cursed energy, he's undoubtedly weaker than me.
All right, yeah, okay, that's actually fine because like
Okay, so then
sorcerers are,
sensing Jogo's cursed energy, do you accept that?
you know, like most like
Can you repeat
sorcerers are like
that? You cut out bubbles. I didn't hear what you
Okay,
said.
so you agree that they're using they're like sensing Toto or not Toto, Jogo's cursed energy, right?
It's actually fine. Most
Okay,
like
so then
sorcerers,
Jogo can't use all his cursed energy, so it doesn't matter.
or I can't use all those cursed energy.
Okay, so you know how Hanami was restricted until they like started using both arms against Yuji and Toto?
You mean like he's holding back? Yeah.
Yeah. So well, the reason given is it's not like it's not necessarily he's intentionally holding back or some shit. He's like his soul is restricted. That's why Mahito's like, I think you're much stronger because your soul is constrained. That's the whole thing of like your soul bringing out your full power in JJK, all that shit, right? So yeah, him being a pussy basically limited him. And you also know how Megumi, he had a similar thing where he was like, because he like wasn't fighting at his fullest and being as greedy as he could be, he wasn't fighting at his best. And Gojo was like, "Be greedier and you'll be better." And then as soon as he started fighting to win, he like got stronger. You know about that shit, right? Okay, yeah. So when you're acting like a pussy, you're weaker, and then if you just fucking go for it, you can use your like max potential, right?
Yeah.
And Sukuna said to Jogo, here I'll get up the exact quote, but basically he was like, you should have just fucking been a spurg and just burned down everything, and you could have maybe reached the heights of like me or Satoru, right? Satoru, fuck, Ojo, whatever the hell, right? So like he's basically like if you just stop being like a fucking bitch and like pussyfooting around and shit, you would be way the hell stronger, which is consistent with these other two examples of like, you know, being weaker because he's being a bitch, Megumi being weaker because he's a bitch, and it just means that his soul is constrained and he can't output his maximum cursed energy.
Okay, I don't think your soul correlates to your cursed energy, though, just your body. That's what
It's stated by Mahito that because Hanami's soul is constrained, he's not fighting at his best.
But that's not pertaining to cursed energy.
It doesn't matter. Well, actually, no, it would have to be pertaining to cursed energy because cursed energy is the way that curses fight.
Why?
Do you say why?
Uh-huh.
They're made of cursed energy project.
Yeah, can you prove that?
Yeah, it's stated. I'll show you.
Yeah, it's not a statement.
Fuck out of here. I hate the ads on here. Somebody sent chat, send me some Super UFC analogies. I probably am. I just listened to Noodles right before this, so I'm probably where is this shit? No, it's in 49. I'm tripping. Where is it? There we go. Yeah, here we go. Cursed spirits are made from cursed energy. Where is it? Scan. Wait, I'm posting debate realms, or it doesn't matter at this point. I'm posting the shit in scans. There you go. So like, if you look, Toto's like, oh yeah, these bitches just made from cursed energy. And that's why when like you beat the fuck out of curses, it takes away their cursed energy and all that shit. And then like, I mean, this even just makes sense because like literally the way they're formed is just people like, negative emotions turn to cursed energy, and the cursed energy just like globs together into curses basically. So they're formed off that bullshit and they're made of it,
All right, then that's fine. But what I would just argue is that what this says is stronger and like not more. So you're arguing that like cursed energy is like more, but you can't use all of it. But if
Yeah.
it's just stronger inherently, then it wouldn't matter anyway.
Well, no. So it can be. You would agree that characters aren't just infallible, right? Like they obviously can be wrong.
Yeah, of course.
Sure. So this statement's either coming from Naobito or Nanami, doesn't really matter which, right?
Mhm.
If from their perspective, what they're seeing is they see this curse roll up, they like they sense a fuck ton of curse energy from them. Of course, if they see that, since usually more curse energy makes a curse stronger, I agree with that. If they're gonna sense this, they're gonna be like, "Oh fuck, he's definitely stronger, right?" But they just don't know this dude's just a bitch and just can't use all of it. So like, yeah, they're saying he's stronger, but they're just wrong.
Okay, yeah, okay. But if they're like basing it off of cursed energy, like you know that like cursed energy has like properties to it, like Hikari's has like a sharpness to it, right?
I mean, Yuji like specifically points that out for Hikari.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, like that's like the only example I can think of where somebody's
and
cursed
like
energy has something like
yeah,
that.
and they like the school like recognizes the students by their
Are
cursed
you saying
energy. It's probably like a
different people's
thing.
cursed energy is gonna have like different feels?
I'm saying that Jogo's is just stronger inherently, like a property to it or something.
Okay, what do you mean strong? Because cursed energy like is judged by amount, right? It's not necessarily strength because it can have different feels. Like it can have like a
Mhm.
cold feel, almost like like Kurama from Naruto or some shit. But it's not just like, oh, its cursed energy is stronger, and they're saying that they really just mean they have more, they have less, right?
Well, their attributes that like somehow pertain to strength, like I mentioned, Hikari's sharpness, like
That
that
isn't
has some.
strength though. Like, okay, so him, it is specifically pointed out to have this like abnormal attribute, right? And that's the only example I think, honestly, the entire series where cursed energy is pointed out to have this like weird attribute in the way it flows, right? Here, they're literally just saying Jogo is stronger from sensing him because you already agree this is based on his cursed energy. So they're just sensing this motherfucker. They're like, oh, yeah, he's stronger. They're not being like, he has these razor sharp edges. Because remember, Yuji only noticed that shit after getting hit by Hikari. Like, he gets bopped in the face twice, and it's like, oh shit, that's sharp. They didn't get hit by Jogo here. They just sensed him. It's like, oh fuck, he's strong. So, like, I don't know where you're going with that, but.
Okay, I'll concede. Can you just like show the Nobita skin if I'm listening
Yeah, I
Jogo?
gotcha.
What that would be like
Cringe. Cringe.
cringe.
Yep. You see what Villain said? Bubbles.
No, what'd he say?
He said, why didn't you ban Bubbles out, Luke? He wasn't supposed to be able to infiltrate this server.
What? Bro.
Dan and Wolf.
Where's
I'll get
this
a burn of a wonder.
Yeah, so like check. Where is it? There we go. Scan. So like, Joe goes like, that's two. He's going for the next dude. His eyes even angled upwards if you look closely. He turns, and that dude Naobito is just already behind him. Just spliff the fuck out of him. And the Megumi that scales above Naobito, that motherfucker was fatigued as hell. So like, here we got like Megumi, Megumi, one arm Naobito, Jogo, right? And then he got like Domain on top of that, all that bullshit. Like he would just beat the fuck out of him. We can go into AP if you want. but he definitely has the strength to just like physically beat the shit out of that dude. So
Okay, this is his curse technique though, and why does Toji's like puppet of carnage thing account for curse technique?
first technique. You already accepted
Yeah,
his above one arm
I,
Naobito. I don't want you to go and like backtrack.
hold on, wait, I accept that, but I don't accept it for curse technique.
You just agreed he's above. Now you're trying to like go back and like
I
make these
hold on, wait.
specifications you didn't make when you agreed. If you wanted to say this, you should have specified without curse technique. I'm not gonna let you go back and do this bullshit.
Okay, all right, I can see, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have to make a judgment.
We're even paying attention.
Like 60%.
60%.
Enough to know that Bubbles was winning.
I don't even pay
type
attention
That
to
is a
this either.
David type beat, bro, with all those fucking. No, this is the David type beat.
the David type beat would be like
Hold on, I got it.
It'd be like this, bro.